Hello everyone, my name is Anna Pache and our group wants to welcome you to our research project and give special thanks to Dr. Liao for sponsoring our research. We were inspired to conduct this study after learning that many people had experienced a decline in their mental health during this pandemic. However, our study is specifically designed to study the influence the pandemic has had on the mental health of college students. Our research question is, does COVID-19 and its lockdown measures affect the mental health of all college students the same? So in order to test this, we created a survey on Question Pro that was distributed through a class link to students throughout the University of Texas for a period of 2 weeks. The survey was composed of 22 questions that asked all participants about their race, gender, and the state of their mental health both before and during the pandemic. Additionally, students were asked about any previous diagnoses that they have, the resources they have access to, and their physical activity both before and after the pandemic. Towards the end, students were also asked to rate their mental health as amazing, good, okay, bad, or very bad. And in the end, the responses were taken and analyzed to see any differences between races and gender. Additionally, this histogram reflects how students responded to the rate of their mental health. As you can see, most students responded and rated their mental health as okay. So upon completion, we found that 40 students opened the survey and 24 completed it, with over 70% of those who completed it being female and 29% being male. Because this was distributed through a class link, 75% of participants were seniors and the remaining 24% were juniors and freshmen. We conducted independent t-tests and interval tests in order to see the differences, if any, between males and females and their activity levels, as well as any difference in mental health rates by ethnicity. So upon completion of the independent t-test, we found that there was no significant difference between the activity levels in males and females. And after completion of the interval test, we found that there was no significant difference in the rate of mental health by ethnicity. To discuss this, we found that our hypothesis was consistent with our data, and we found that mental health of college students had been affected similarly by the pandemic. So our strength in our study is that because it was conducted through a class link, many students were required to finish it, but this is also a limiting factor as we have a very small sample that does not allow us to make conclusions about the overall population at the University of Texas at Arlington. So for potential next steps, we would like to work with distributing this survey to either other majors or other universities in order to analyze a larger sample size. However, based on our own sample size, we can conclude that the mental health of all college students, regardless of race and gender, were affected similarly during the pandemic. We want to thank you for taking the time to listen to our research, and we look forward to hearing your feedback soon.